An American singer and songwriter James Brown said, and I quote, "It's a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl." This lyric buttresses the fact that the girl child is very important in the scheme of things. Over the years and across the globe, there have been concerted efforts by many civil society groups towing the path of the United Nations in ensuring that the girl child is given proper education, healthcare, and opportunities. This is strongly supported by a resolution to recognize girls' rights and the unique challenges girls face. It has also been identified that empowering women and girls, as well as promoting gender equality, is crucial to accelerating sustainable development. And so, on this edition of Frontiers, we shall be looking at efforts at protecting the rights of the girl child in Nigeria. I am Obiagiluboke. I have a rare privilege of hosting a teen girl child advocate, Joy Life Alegbemi. Glad to have you on Frontiers, Joy.
Thank you for having me.
The program continues shortly. Once more, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very young advocate, I must confess, and at this young age, you've taken up this uphill task. At just 15, you're already going and making waves. Can you share with us what inspired you into taking up advocacy to promote the rights of the girl child, and most interestingly, at your young age?
First of all, I am a girl, and the rate of molestation and limitation of the girl child in society is becoming alarming. And I believe it's enough for anyone to take up this cause, to advocate and to promote the rights of the girl child. I watch toddlers, young children get molested and raped here and there. And some practices, some traditional beliefs, they support the dehumanization of the girl child. For example, in some places in Nigeria, during some festivals, the female children are locked indoors and only the males are allowed to be on the street in order for them to have their businesses or any other activities they need to do. Isn't this prejudice enough? Isn't this enough reason? And many other reasons we'll be discussing. Aren't these reasons enough for me to advocate for the rights of the girl child? That is why I have come up with the vision to promote the rights and the value of the girl child in our society. She needs to be protected, defended, and her rights need to be kept.
That's quite impressive. Now, in 2019, you had a rare privilege of being a Day Sweden ambassador. What was the feeling like and the lessons learned?
Well, it was a great feeling and a wonderful experience, which I am thankful to the Sweden Embassy for the opportunity. It was a great feeling to me because I felt it was a thing of joy. It was a thing of pride that I'll always remember. However, there are many lessons learned. I have learned that I can achieve anything I want to achieve. If I dream it, I can achieve it. All I have to do is to work hard towards it. I have learned that if girls are given the opportunity to be put in places of power, they will do great, they will excel, and they will do better. And also, there is this saying, when you educate a girl child, you educate the nation. I can use myself as an example. I was educated, and I was given an opportunity to excel. And now I am using the opportunities that I've been given to help girls, to educate them on their rights. Me helping and educating many girls. So imagine helping other girls. They would also be able to educate other girls on their rights and then foster development in our society. So it's a wonderful opportunity for me and something I would always remember.
Now, girls, most especially in Africa, according to statistics, we have about 31 African countries actually that have the history of abusing the girl child through some traditional practice. Now, are they made to believe that they cannot achieve great things? What's your view about this?
Well,
Why are they being stereotyped?
it's quite disheartening to hear that girls are being stereotyped in the society. But also, I would like to encourage every girl to remove every veil of stereotype that the society has covered them with. They need to let go of those veils of stereotype, the veil that they cannot achieve anything in life. Girls can achieve great things in life. I can give you an example of Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She had been able to remove that veil of stereotype that the society had covered her with. And today she's achieving massive things, not only for her family, but for the nation at large. Also, you, my interviewer, you have been able to let go of that veil that you can't achieve anything in life. Even the general manager of NTA International, she's a woman. Even the first ladies, the female deputy governors, the female senators, the Minister of Women Affairs, these are women that have removed the veil that the society has covered them with. So it is time for girls to remove that veil. It is time for girls to believe in themselves, that they can achieve greatness in society. They are not a waste of time. They are not a waste of money. They are important personalities. Girls are full of potential, and it is time that girls let go of that veil, believe in themselves, and their sky is just the limit.
You talked about girls removing this veil, which is limiting them. Now, how do you handle parental roles in the girl child? That's parent fate. Most times, some parents will actually want their girls to do things their own way, other than what the girl child believe. And we also have the UN Convention, which condemns every abuse and which limits the girl child in terms of education and early marriage, which is fighting against all odds against the girl child. But now, especially in Africa, how do we battle with the parental fate?
Well, in Africa, there are lots of parents who believe that girls they don't need to be educated. Some parents believe that girls should end up in the kitchen. Some parents believe that girls should be married off at an early age. But for us, we are advocating, we are enlightening those parents about the girl child, that she needs to be empowered, she needs to be educated, she needs to be allowed to have her own dreams and achieve her own dreams. That's what she needs to be allowed to do. So this is what we are doing. We are advocating, we are enlightening the parents, we are enlightening the masses about the girl child so they can be a positive change in our society. So the way we are going to do this is by advocating, is by enlightening people, is by spreading information about the girl child, sensitizing the public, even the leaders in power, so they can stand as advocates of the girl child and they can speak about her rights anywhere they are. So that's what we are doing.
Now, can you share with us some of these enlightenment and awareness program you often organize?
Of course. In June 2021, I organized a program on which was the Day of the African Child. I organized an event in collaboration with the Sweden Embassy with some schools present and also some adults. So during that program, there was high sensitization about the rights of the girl child, about her value in the society. Also, I have also organized a webinar in August 2020 about promoting girl child education and leadership in Nigeria, where various people from various sectors shared their own opinions about the girl child to enlighten the public that she needs to be left to have her own dreams, to achieve her goals, and she needs to be given opportunities to excel. So those are the events I have been having. Also, during the International Day of the Girl Child, I also had an event in collaboration with the Sweden Embassy and other relevant organizations to promote the rights of the girl child and also to inform the girl child that she can achieve great things in life. So those are the events I have been having.
Now, statistics have shown that many girls your age are victims of child marriage in African countries, Nigeria inclusive. The figure is startling, as 30,000 girls are said to be married off every day across the globe. How do you feel about this?
For me, I feel very disheartened and sad to hear this, because every girl child that is married off or given into marriage, she may not have developed her body features properly. and these body features may not be able to cater for children as she advances into marriage. So it poses risks to the girl child. She has threat to her life, she has risks of her health, of contacting diseases, and also she may not be able to complete her education. And talk less of her thinking of her personal growth, because now she has to cater for her own kids. So you see that this child marriage limits the future of the girl child, and she won't be able to achieve much if she's married off into marriage. That is why it's very important that government and relevant bodies put their hands on deck. We come together to stop child marriage. We need to eradicate it now so that girls can unlock their potentials, achieve their dreams, and they can have a great future.
But what do you think would be the best approach in trying to curb this menace? Because in Nigeria alone, we have a greater percentage, I think about up to 40% of girls being engaged in all this genital mutilation due to their early marriages. So what do you think could be done to fight against it and curb it?
Yeah, one of the things I think can be done are advocacy visits to the traditional leaders, traditional rulers of communities. Now, these people are like the leaders of the communities, right? So they can be able to spread awareness about child marriage and how it affects the girl child. So when we carry out advocacy visits, it's part of our plan, it's part of the project I'm working on, the I Subscribe project, to carry out advocacy visits to the local government chairman or to the people in charge of the local government, in order for them to spread awareness, to sensitize the people about child marriage and how it demonizes the girl child. So that is one of the practices I believe would be effective.
All right, let's pause here for a while. I'll get back to you. The program is Frontiers. We'll take a short break now and we'll be right back. Just stay with us. Glad to have you back. All right, Joy. Globally, the percentage of females among science, technology, engineering, mathematics graduates is below 15%. In over 2/3 of the countries, what do you think should be done to have more girls take up careers in these fields? I mean, having more girls as professionals.
Well, there should be conscious effort made by the government and non-governmental organizations to educate the girl child on how to unleash her potentials. Also, the girl child should understand that there is no field, there is no profession that is exclusive for any gender. She can achieve whatever she wants to achieve. She can become whatever she wants to become. The government and non-governmental organizations should also invest in the girl child. They should invest in her education, her innovation, and skill development. And through this, I believe more girls would be engaged and involved in these fields.
Yeah, that brings my mind back to the era when most people often say the girl's child education ends in the kitchen. So yes, there's no point wasting money. Or how about you yourself? What do you think? Do you have any plan on taking up any career?
Yes, I do. I have a plan of going into medicine, and that is the career I want to pursue.
And would you still continue with the advocacy?
Of course, because I know it's very important that we keep on doing this in order to have a society, to create a society where the girl child lives freely and has a fulfilled life. So I would continue.
Now, when you become a career woman, since you have that dream, you know it's going to be an additional responsibility. So how do you plan to manage both?
Well, I don't know yet what the future holds, but hopefully I would be able to manage that.
This year's International Day of the Girl Child celebration in October has as its theme, Digital Generator, our generation. What does it seek to achieve?
Well, it's no more strange that we are now living in the digital world where we use digital technologies to transform our lives. So it's very important to integrate the girl child into the digital technologies of this world, of this era. Also, it's very important for us to bring her up to speed with the technologies of this digital era. She has to know about it so that she can be able to contribute her own quota to the development of our society. And that is why we have come up with a project for girl children where computers are donated to schools for girl children to promote their digital literacy and education. And also we want to have our own centers for girls to promote their literacy and education. Now, I would like to use this opportunity to call on well-meaning Nigerians and organizations to support me and to partner with me on this Giant Stride project so that we can achieve a world where the girl child is well informed when it comes to digital technologies.
Of course, it's a good course, and I want to believe you've garnered enough support already. Now, on a lighter note, since you started the girl child advocacy and your pet project Subscribe, what are your experiences?
Okay, so first of all, the I Subscribe project is a project aimed at promoting the rights and value of the girl child through online and real-time engagement, or you can say through online and real-time programs. As an online program, it involves online interaction with the public using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and many more to interact with the public so they can share their opinions on the various issues the girl child is facing in society. Currently, a WhatsApp group has been created, which is the Girl Child Rights Advocacy Group, which I have created. It is a WhatsApp group where various girls will give their opinions about the issues girls are facing. Girls are connecting together to give their opinions on these issues and also prefer solution. And also, as a real-time project, the I Subscribe project involves advocacy visits, as I mentioned earlier, to the executives, legislators, judiciary, religious leaders, and traditional rulers, so that they can be enlisted as advocates of the girl child. Anywhere they are, they'll speak for the girl child and they'll speak for their rights. So, coming to your question, well, I get very excited when I see young girls getting educated and empowered. I get excited when I see media stations like NTA. You can't beat the rich, of course.
Sure.
When I see media stations like this supporting the work I do. I get excited when I see people support what I do. I got very excited to see the Minister of Women Affairs really supporting the I Subscribe project and the work I have been doing. I also got excited to see the Sweden Embassy being very supportive of the project I do, and of course my parents, how supportive they have been. It's very wonderful for me, and these are experiences, these are moments I will never forget. They will always be with me, they will always remain with me as something that would encourage me to do more in everything I do.
Yeah, of course. That's very commendable, and we're glad you're having so many supporters, but in every project there are often challenges. Could you share some of your challenges, especially the ones you've encountered since you started this journey as the girl child advocate?
Of course, in everything there's always a challenge. So some of the challenges I've faced, lack of funding during programs, or if I have an idea I would like to do for the girl child. Lack of funding, lack of enough funding may be the problem. So that's why I'm asking organizations to also partner with me so that we can create more and more change. If there is sufficient funding, we would be able to make a lot of changes. During the International Day of the Girl Child, there were some books I gave to support the education of the girl child. I gave girls, each girl, 15 copies of the I Subscribe exercise book. Each girl student present there. I gave them 15 copies of the I Subscribe exercise book to promote their education in the FCT. And we want to do more. We want to do a whole lot. So with sufficient funding, we'll do more. And hopefully we will get our aim, which is to promote the rights of the girl child and our value in the society. It's very important.
That's quite impressive. And aside some of the support you're receiving, you know, in African countries alone, we have from like 30 up to 31 countries who most times in African countries are actually kicking against anyone promoting the girl child education, probably because of some of the traditional belief. How do you cope and how do you manage your programs when you found yourself in such?
In everything I do, I ensure that I advocate for the girl child. Regardless of the beliefs or the practices that people are saying, I make sure I do my best to advocate for the girl child, and also try to enlighten them on why she needs to be protected, why she needs to be respected in the society. So in those kind of countries, in those kind of situations, I believe I advocate, I enlighten them, I educate them on why the girl child needs to be educated, because she has lots of potentials. Like I've said, there are various women doing great things. These are few of the women that are doing great things. So educate one girl and trust me, you have educated a nation. I'm one of those girls. I was given the opportunity and now I am trying to help more and more girls. I want to educate them. I want them to believe in themselves. So imagine educating and enlightening, giving the opportunity to many girls. Trust me, we would have a better society.
And how do you feel since you started? How do you feel coming this far?
It's a very wonderful feeling for me. I feel very good, and I'm happy I am doing something to make a difference in the society. In everything I do, I want to make a difference. That's my goal. And it's a great feeling for me to be able to help girls, because those girls that are married off, that are raped, I've said it before, their future is limited. So now that I'm helping these girls, I can see a brighter tomorrow for the society.
Now, you've collaborated with the Ministry of Women Affairs and some non-governmental organizations in creating more awareness on the plight of the girl child. How would you describe government's efforts in the protection of the rights of the girl child?
Well, first of all, I'd like to commend the efforts of the government, especially the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in promoting the rights of the girl child in our society. However, they need to intensify their efforts in ensuring that the rights and the value of the girl child is promoted and is protected in the society. More things need to be done. Government, non-governmental organizations, they have a lot of work to do, and they need to put their hands together. It is time to stop and eradicate every vice against the girl child, and it's time for us to create that bright future that will lead her to stardom.
So how has the collaboration been?
It's been great.
Are you getting the maximum support that you expected?
Well, the collaboration has been wonderful. I've been getting very great support. I never expected this amount of support, but it's been very wonderful. You know, collaborating with the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs and the Sweden Embassy, of course, it's been a wonderful experience for me.
So what advice do you have for some girls who still find themselves under some of these abuse, like the genital mutilation, which is prevalent in some African countries? What would be your advice to some helpless girl child?
My advice for those girls is the society, they have given them, like I've said before, the veil of stereotype and said they can't succeed, they can't do anything in life. They shouldn't believe in those things that society have said. They need to begin to believe in themselves, that they can achieve anything they want. They should set their goals. They should still dream, because the sky is their limits. They should just keep on dreaming. One day it will come true. I kept on dreaming. I wanted to help the girl child, and today this is where I am. So no matter the situation you find yourself, no matter what has happened to you, you can achieve something. You can. You just have to believe in yourself and dream towards it.
All right.
So in conclusion, I would like us to affirm to the rights and to the rights of the girl child. I'd like us to give our commitment. So can we place our hands on our chests? As I read, please say I subscribe. The girl child is to be respected at all times.
I subscribe.
The girl child is not an object of men's pleasure.
I subscribe.
The girl child is not an object of men's pleasure.
I subscribe.
This girl child is an important personality.
I subscribe.
The girl child is not a toy.
I subscribe.
The girl child is priceless.
I subscribe.
For holistic and national development, educate the girl child.
I subscribe.
Train her, train the nation.
I subscribe.
Thank you very much.
And I will always subscribe.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Joy.
Thank
That
you.
is quite impressive, and thank you very much for sharing your thoughts
It's a
with us.
pleasure.
And we thank you once more for coming on Frontiers.
It's a pleasure.
I've been speaking with the teen girl child advocate, Joy Life Alegbemi, who has a tall ambition of bringing people to join her in the fight to halt harmful practices against the girl child in Nigeria. Ensure you observe all COVID-19 protocols to keep you and your family safe from the virus. Thanks for your time. I am Obiageli Ugoke.